2 months before they were arrested, around 2 months, FBG Duck's mom came out and said that the feds were involved and there would be some arrests. And then, I don't know, around 2-3 months later is when the arrest came out. Now, after the news broke about Vaughn being involved, she came out and said that there would be more arrests being made for the murder of her son. What's your reaction to that?
So you saying that it's going to be more people getting arrested outside of the ones that's already arrested?
That's what she says.
I mean, it would, not saying that it would make sense, but and then you got to look at, just to know about the court of law. If they are going to arrest anybody who had prior knowledge to what was going to go on before it transpired, anyone who could have basically stopped it from happening, then that would make sense. But I think from the way in which she's talking about it is that the string, it might attach to people who, just was behind the scenes, kind of like Vaughn was, who maybe he was texting and behind the scenes with somebody that could come out and maybe, they could get arrested too. But I'm just kind of really just trying to piece something together that would make sense. If you got the people that did it, and then you got and Vaughn's pretty much dead, and he was the one who was supposed to pay for it, who else would you need, to really go down? Is it just anybody who had prior knowledge of the case? And I mean, I would feel like that's really just, that could be a lot of people.
There could be the person who gave him the location.
Oh, well, that's a good answer, but I thought that maybe the person that gave up the location was maybe in that whole group too. But if they wasn't, and all them, like, it just seemed weird because I forget how many of them was, 4 or 5 of them. And like for all them to even be at the crime scene together, well, I know they locked Los up because Los actually put the car in his name and then he tried to take the car back and whatever that situation was. So I believe that's what got him locked up, because he let them use their car. And I think the other guys was just there. I don't know, man. All I know is that that's a lot. And then, I mean, if they got the knowledge, if they got the evidence, what they waiting for then? Because I know I'm sure everybody pretty much want to see who it is that gave up the location. So that's interesting.
Yeah. They really came down hard on this case, man. It was for me, it was surprising anyway to see the FBI involved, because, normally when I think of like the FBI getting involved, I think of like, big time mafia, money, millions of dollars and type of situations going down. This just seems like some normal street activity that the cops would be more involved in, but
it's bigger than that, man. Cam, you gotta know it's damn sure FBI worthy. I mean, you got people in Africa, all over the world, that's pretty much involved. It's pretty much a multi-billion, not billion, but million. I don't know whether to call it million, but I feel like due to all that, so you can't say million, because the drill culture in itself has produced $1 million to the ones who produce drill music. And through all the drill music, there's been a lot of death over this genre of music. So it just really take me back to when the cops used to always flood the block every time Keith was on the block. And they treated him as if he was, one of the because they knew what he symbolized, what that person, and that's true. It could be like that for a lot of things. What he was bigger than what we could perceive it as, knowing him. But he was something way bigger. And with the police, what they look at this, they see these people as death. That, if they are thinking about it in a righteous way, they see that not only this music is creating deaths, but, the kids that look up to this music, they are, being tricked and thinking that this is what they look like. This is how they supposed to act. Like, but because we seeing people getting rich off the genre of music, it's creating like a weird, I can't even really break it down, but isn't it weird how they can pay somebody for drill music, but the music is about Black death? So it's like they promoting Black death, but if you go and commit a crime such as killing another person, you will get locked up. So it's kind of like, do y'all want them promoting this just so the jail cell? And it just kind of seems like, what we always been talking about, not just the desensitization of the Black man, but just how there is a war on Black man, period, and we really not Black, we're Judah, but that's a story for another day. But it's just kind of confusing how they paying all this money to these rappers, but we want love, we want peace, we want prosperity. But back to the initial. Yeah, it is federal FBI. I feel like it's worthy of the FBI just because what it's doing, not only in the United States, but globally. I heard like people reach out to me on my podcast and they say, man, y'all music done got here. And because the music done got all the way over here, we in England and the stab rate is gone up from them listening to Chief Keef for Lil Durk. It's like Black people all over the world are being able to identify with this music, but identifying with this music only turns us against each other. And it seemed like a curse thing to me, and I know it's a curse thing, but I'm just trying not to go too deep without going too deep, because I know people don't truly understand the spiritual curses. That's the reason why we are operating in the way we operating today. But yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot going on.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.